Starch Madness Final Four, here we go. We're starting out, I got 4 new big bags of chips. Got the Ruffles all dressed, Miss Vickies Jalapeno, Ruffles Sour Cream and Onion, and Miss Vickies Salt and Pepper. Salt and Vinegar. These were the top 4 seeds going into the tournament, and these are the top 4 seeds left. So I really have no idea what's gonna happen today. I like all these chips, but we're gonna start off with the 2 versus 3 matchup, Miss Vickies Salt and Vinegar versus Miss Vickies Jalapeno. That's gonna be the #1 matchup today. And then we're gonna move on to 1 seed Ruffles all dressed to 4 seed Ruffles Salt and Vinegar. Let's go, let's get this started. Get these bags off the table. Got my palate cleanser here, I got my basketball here, we got the jersey on. Starch Madness Final Four, we're ready to go. All right, I'm gonna dig into Miss Vickies Jalapeno to start. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Now I've talked about this chip. This chip has had an interesting road to the Final Four, and it's really wiped out its competitors. Comparatively, I think Miss Vickies Salt and Vinegar and the Ruffles contenders have had a harder road to the Final Four. Jalapeño's had it, relatively easy. And not to say their competitors were any less superior than other people's competitors. They just came out strong. They came out flying. So let's dig in here. Let's see what's going on. Yes. It's really got, out of all the chips that I've had, Miss Vickies Jalapeno probably has the best and biggest, hardest kick to it. You can't really compete on a kick spice level to the Miss Vickies Jalapeno. I've said this before in another video, it tastes like a jalapeno pepper. You really taste that flavor. And the Miss Vickie chip is just, it's elite, it's crunchy, it's got the size and the crunch and the crisp down to a science. Digging for another one. Yeah, the flavor is impeccable. That's a really good chip. A number 3 seed for a reason. Okay, Miss Vickies Salt and Vinegar, one of the best chips in the world. And this was actually an overwhelming 2nd seed favorite voted in by fans in terms of being one of the best chips in the world. Ruffles all dressed and Miss Vickies were actually tied. Salt and Vinegar were actually tied going into Starch Madness. So here we go. That's just solid. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Here's the thing. I can eat a whole bag of these. The thing with the jalapeno, I don't know if I can eat a whole bag as easily as I can eat the whole bag of Miss Vickies Salt and Vinegar. But the flavor of this just stands out for me more. You know what? It's not as hot as I anticipated. Maybe I can't eat the whole bag. This is gonna be a tough one. The vinegar, You know what? I have to go with my gut here. I would have liked to go with the underdog, but I can really eat these all day. I can eat these too, and I love this chip, but I can down a bag of these no problem. The spice level for me is just a little too much on the whole bag consumption side of things. The spice level is just a little too much. I have to give it to Miss Vickies Salt and Vinegar. They're going on to the finals. A very well-deserved win, but a really tough matchup. Don't sleep on these guys. Starch Madness 2020. They could be a favorite. All right, Salt and Vinegar is going to the finals. So we got here Okay. Second matchup of the final four. Sour cream and onion Ruffles versus all dressed Ruffles. A lot of mixed feelings about Ruffles. I love them. Someone referred to this matchup as the tussle of the Ruffles. I like it. And we're going to see who wins. We're going to find out right now. Who's the better Ruffle? Who's the best Ruffle? In my opinion, these are actually the best two Ruffles. So who's the best Ruffle? It's got that jalapeno taste out of my mouth. Okay, we're going to start off with the 1 seed. Ruffles all dressed. Yeah, you can smell it already. Mmm. What a kick-ass flavor, man. Mmm. Yeah. No, the Ruffle is it's a lighter chip. I feel like Miss Vickies has more of a density to it, but we're not comparing Miss Vickies for Ruffles yet. We're on Ruffle versus Ruffle. The flavor on this Ruffle is unbelievable, almost unmatched. Let's go sour cream and onion. This has been a classic for me for a long time. Doesn't have the same smell as the Ruffles all dressed, and I'm not saying that's an enormous variable, but it's something to consider. You open the bag, you smell the scent of the all dressed right away. Salt, the sour cream and onion. It's almost, it just tastes like potatoes, which is fine. Yeah, you really do taste that onion. It's an amazing chip. It doesn't have the same flavor profile intensity as the Ruffles all dressed, and that's fine. I don't think the higher the intensity, the better chip. This kind of creeps up to you. I can kind of feel it in my throat right now, actually, in a good way. I could taste the sour cream and onionness in my throat afterwards. I like that. I actually like that feeling. Excellent chip. Let's go back here for a minute. Oh, enormous chip. You know what? I was going into this tournament really high on the 1 seed. Really high on the 1 seed. But I gotta say, and I'm not saying this is necessarily a superior chip to the all dress, but anything can happen in a 1-game chip eating tournament. Right now, the winner is Ruffles sour cream and onion. The 4 seed brought it today. They're moving on to the finals against a Goliath in Miss Vickies salt and vinegar. Let's do it. Just reading some comments, I'm seeing some people are shocked at the results, and you know, what can I say? That's a big upset. The 4 seed over the 1 seed. Hey, sorry guys, anything could happen. I mean, anything could happen. I'm not saying this is a superior chip, but anything could happen. Sour cream and onion, Ruffles, you're moving on. Miss Vickies, we've got our finals here. We've got our finals matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. I can see the construction workers across the street. They're in the midst of putting some windows on the condo that's being built, and I'm really hoping they can tune into this too, because this is an exciting matchup on a relatively warm day in Toronto. Wow, we got the 2 seed and the 4 seed. That was a big upset, so take some time to digest what just happened, and let's move on. I gotta actually fill up the water because I want to make sure that I'm properly cleansed before going into the finals here. Now, I can still feel the sour cream and onion in my throat, and I like it. I really do like that. So I'm gonna give it a second. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? These are two big competitors right here. Amazing chips, and may the best chip bag win. So here we go. Ruffles sour cream and onion, Miss Vickies salt and vinegar, finals, Starch Madness 2019. Here we go. We're gonna hit it off with the 4 seed. They just got the upset. Let's start it off. That was kind of a weird chip to start off with. Yeah, the flavor on the sour cream and onion, it's really, it's very well dispersed around the whole chip. It's not spotty, right? They've got that flavor profile everywhere. It's very consistent. And I don't know, man, I just like the flavor, and it lingers in your mouth in a good way. Okay, it's on my tongue, I can taste it. An excellent chip. Let's go into this Goliath over here. They've been just a force this whole tournament, Miss Vickies salt and vinegar. Just an absolute force. You know, when you're comparing Miss Vickies versus Miss Vickies, it's a little different because now you're just going against the flavor versus flavor. When you go Ruffles, Miss Vickies, you're not just doing flavor versus flavor. You're doing crunch, you're doing texture, you're doing everything. All the variables are involved. So when you put these chips against each other, there's a really noticeable difference. The Ruffles lighter, the Miss Vickies crunchier, and you know, the flavor is noticeably different as well. The texture is different. Just a very different chip. What's better? Let's find out. I'm still not sure. The salt and vinegar is like ingrained in the Miss Vickie, whereas the sour cream and onion sort of sits around and on top. Like the Miss Vickie salt and vinegar, like the salt and vinegar is like ingrained in the chip. This chip is almost perfect. You know what? You know what? Both amazing competitors, and I'm gonna have to give it to maybe the baddest chip on the planet, and that's Miss Vickies salt and vinegar. Miss Vickies salt and vinegar, you are the winner of Starch Madness 2019. You brought it every round. Ruffles sour cream and onion, you put up a good fight. That flavor, the crunch, it's amazing. But I mean, in terms of potato chips, it may be difficult to find a chip that's better than the Miss Vickies salt and vinegar. And they proved it today, and they proved it throughout the tournament. Starch Madness 2019, your winner, Miss Vickies salt and vinegar. And just sort of as a ceremonial thing, I want to make sure we do this properly. Now, this isn't a basketball net by any means, but it is a net that you use to throw a ball into another net. Got a Dollarama for $2.50, and I think it's only right that we do this properly. And Miss Vickies, you guys deserve this. Miss Vickies salt and vinegar. Let's go!